Hello, I'm Firepug. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about why Season 7 has turned out so great. So, let's take a look at the best seasons of Apex Legends. So I think the top two in a lot of people's eyes are going to be Season 7 and Season 3. Now, why are they these two seasons? Well, for one, both of these seasons feature a brand new map. That's something pretty big, especially in a battle royale. We don't get a whole lot of maps, and that's a really big feature. Of course, it also brought along new legends and new meta changes. That's just what happens every season. But what is it that made these two seasons better? If you remember way back to season 3, a lot of pros and bigger content creators were able to playtest season 3 beforehand and give the devs a little bit of feedback. Now, you'd look into season 7, a huge amount of content creators, big and small, and even people who don't even play Apex were able to playtest season 7 well before it launched, giving the Respawn devs their feedback, what they should change, what they should make little tweaks on, and the Respawn devs went right ahead, took in that feedback, and made the changes they felt would benefit the game the most. Obviously, this worked out really well. Season 7 has turned out great, and the numbers and the stats on Season 7 are better than any season yet. Olympus turned out to be a beautiful map, and Horizon turned out to be a perfectly balanced legend. But why exactly is this? Again, Respawn devs did a wonderful job listening to the pros and content creators and everyone who played test season 7 who really knew how to make gameplay of this type of video game better. They took all that advice in and they did make the proper changes, and here we have a wonderful season. Good meta changes. Pathfinder isn't garbage anymore. He's good again, and just things like that definitely helped turn the game up. We have the R9 back, but the R9 isn't super overpowered, but it's actually quite equal to the Volt, and some people even like the Volt more than the R9 now. It's wonderful to have a good SMG meta like that, so we don't have to only pick up the R9 as the only option. Now we have the Volt and the R9, it's a little bit of diversity there. It's things like that that keep upping up the quality of Apex Legends. Now, of course, when making a video game this big, you can't just listen to your pro players. I mean, Masters and Preds are only like a top percent or two of the entire player base. And Apex Legends isn't meant for only those players. So you have to listen to your general community as well. And Apex Legends has started to do that much, much more very recently. Jason McCord, a big dev for Respawn, very popular on Twitter, did just post a poll literally asking the community, what do you want for the map rotation? Do you want it to be even between Olympus and World's Edge, more World's Edge than Olympus, or more Olympus and World's Edge, or do you guys want Kings Canyon back? I'm not sure the exact results of the poll, but it was pretty tied between having them even and having more Olympus and World's Edge, which I think is probably the better two options out of those anyways. So whatever it tends to be, the Respawn devs will most likely take that into consideration and either do it, or because it's so close, they'll just pick between those two, whichever one they like the most. Which is a great thing to do, listening to your whole community and taking in what everyone thinks on something when making a change. It's because of actions like that, that's what really help games get to the next level. Prior to Season 7 and in the early days of Season 6, there was just a lot of toxicity all over Twitter that I noticed. A lot of content creators weren't happy that the devs weren't listening to what they had as feedback, and the community was really set up or upset with the way the devs were responding to them and not really taking in what they thought. Now in Season 7, you can see all over tweets of content creators thanking Apex Legends for taking in their feedback. For an example, at the launch of Season 7, the Respawn devs decided to nerf ring damage in round 2 and round 3, making it easier to fight in round 2 and get out of round 3. Now, after a little bit of playing it for a week or so, some of the content creators decided, you know what, I don't think this is the thing, and they talked with the Respawn devs, and shortly after that, about a week and a half ago, they actually did bring the ring damage back up to what it used to be. So a great change there, listening to what your community thought after playing it some more, and then making the change for the better. I think the number one thing that has made Season 7 better than all the other seasons is really Respawn devs taking in feedback from content creators and pro video game players and the whole community in general when making changes. This is all I wanted to share with you guys in this video, but if you do have any questions or comments, post them in the comment section and I'll get back. See you guys later.